Hi everyone, it's Ashley from Amazon Pay. Thank you for taking the time today to tune into this month's webinar featuring 10 ways to prepare your small business for the holidays. So this webinar is unique because we're actually going global for the presentation. So Leah Holzman is representing Amazon Pay from Munich. I'm joining from Seattle, and Corinne Watson is representing BigCommerce from Austin. So this month's programming is also unique because it's brought to you by BigCommerce. So Corinne's going to present a bonus tip at the end, so stay tuned. Now, without further ado, I'll hand it over to Leah to introduce 10 and 20.
Thanks, Ashley. Hi, I'm Leah from Amazon Pay, coming to you live from Munich. Welcome to the September edition of 10 and 20, a monthly series where we cover one topic in 10 questions, points, or ideas, and we do it in 20 minutes or less. Why so short? Time is our most precious resource, and if you've got more than 20 minutes to spare, I want to know your secret. The other reason we keep it short is because I'm a fast talker, so be warned. And today, there's one other reason. This webinar is the only thing between me and a cocktail. So our goal is to share big ideas that you can turn into big wins. We don't have all the answers, but the road to a big win always begins with a question. So let's go. Speaking of questions, a little housekeeping. Feel free to submit your questions via the chat window at any time. Or if you're the kind of person that wants the whole story up front, we'll also have time for questions at the end. Before we dive in, I want to offer you a quick overview of what Amazon Pay is, because believe it or not, we get this question all the time. Amazon Pay is a payment option that lets you use the payment details and addresses stored in your Amazon account. That means customers don't need to create a new account, punch in credit card details, or look up addresses during checkout. You can even use Alexa to buy things, get delivery notifications, and donate to your favorite charities with Amazon Pay. Helping us present this month's 10 and 20 is BigCommerce, one of the world's leading cloud e-commerce shopping cart solutions for established and rapidly growing businesses. BigCommerce can enable businesses to grow online sales with 80% less cost, time, and complexity than on-premise software. What you may not be aware of is that all of the brands listed above host their shopping solutions through BigCommerce and accept Amazon Pay. So if you want to give Amazon Pay a try, visit any one of these fine stores. And a quick shameless plug, I have a passion planner, and I can say without irony that I do love it. So this month's 2020 is focused on ways you can prepare your online store for the most wonderful time of year and get the most out of the season of gifting and giving. As you prepare your small business for the peak shopping season, it can be hard to know where to start and what to prioritize. The surge of holiday shopping in 2019 could prove to be a big win for your small business, but it's essential to put the right plans in place now so you can avoid leaving money on the table later. Today, we're delighted to join forces with BigCommerce to provide you with 10 tips and ideas that will help you prepare for a successful Q4 holiday season. Tip number 1 of 10, start with the customer and begin testing. You know what they say, a goal without a plan is just a wish. But what's the best way to set your business goals for the peak season? We recommend starting with your customer first, asking the right questions to clarify their wants and needs so you aren't making assumptions. Consider analyzing summer campaigns and last year's holiday learnings to inform your direction and develop new ideas. And then you can use September and October to test those ideas before ramping up full promotions during peak. Maybe you are extending your product line to a new channel or testing a few new products in a new marketplace or region. Better to test and plan early to mitigate risks in the final months of the year, where small strategic changes can have the biggest impacts. Tip number 2 of 10. Stay social to attract customers. These days, discovery is happening everywhere, and one great way to attract new customers is to be where your shoppers are finding inspiration. According to a report from WTC about the future shopper, half of the general population find inspiration through search engines, weighted typically towards older consumers, and with almost 4 in 10 people finding inspiration on social media. The research shows a trend towards social inspiration rising with younger age groups. In fact, social is the #1 place for the 16 to 24-year-old age cohort to find inspiration. Brands seeking out younger consumers may need to rethink their long-term media strategies as the consumer base is shifting away from the traditional media market. There are a few ways to make the most of social during the holidays. Start by ensuring you have tentpole communications around your holiday campaigns, and either extend your commerce experience through social or streamline your customers' path from discovery to purchase, because authentic discovery is at the root of social success. Empower consumers to tell your story. Turn your most engaged customers into advocates by offering an incentive when customers share a product they've purchased on your site or through their social channels. Once you define your holiday bets for attracting customers, refresh your paid media mix to optimize your return. Tip number 3 of 10, embrace Cyber Weekend. Cyber Weekend is arguably the busiest 4 days of the year for retail, and this period can prove to be your golden ticket to driving sales. While Black Friday and Cyber Monday often receive the most buzz, don't forget to embrace Small Business Saturday. A survey found that 6 out of 10 people plan to shop small online during Small Business Saturday last year, and even 40% of consumers said they would shop with a small retailer online this Cyber Monday. Take advantage of the national support for businesses like yours by incorporating relevant hashtags and messaging into your campaigns to buy local, shop small, or support our economy by supporting small business. One statistic about small businesses that might be worth mentioning, roughly 67 cents of every dollar spent on small business stays in the local community. Consider collaborating with other small businesses to tell a larger story or offer joint discounts, sales, or bundle products to extend your reach. Tip number 4 of 10, break through the holidays. Break through the holidays by offering your customers something special. Play into the fact that consumers see this time of year as a big opportunity for discounts and specials by offering something exclusive on Small Business Saturday. Why not take it a step further by extending unique deals for each one of the 3 big shopping events, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday? Whether it's a limited edition item or varied gift card values based on tiered spending, optimize for each day with event-specific landing pages that feature signature deals and products. As you create deals, don't forget that the days immediately following the shopping weekend tend to experience high traffic. Take advantage of this halo effect by providing something memorable like a free gift or a discount off the next order to incent repeat purchasing. Shoppers are typically looking for gifts for loved ones, but always have an eye out to grab something nice for themselves. Giveaways like a free $35 candle when you spend $200 or more can be a great way to reward your shoppers for spending a little more, as well as creating a nice first impression and a lasting touch after the weekend. Tip number 5 of 10, invent and delight. Another way to make the shopping experience more memorable is providing a totally new way for customers to interact with your business. 50% of consumers say they wish brands were more innovative, and some of those same people, 40% of customers, are more likely to purchase from digitally innovative brands. Extending your shopping experience to voice would be the perfect opportunity to innovate as voice continues to become a part of consumers' everyday life, and with people using Alexa in the home, in their car, and while they walk around. An easy way to add value to your shoppers' pre-holiday blitz is by helping them keep track of their gift orders with delivery notifications through Alexa. This feature lets you provide shipment tracking information through Amazon Pay so that Amazon Pay can notify buyers on Alexa when shipments are delivered. BigCommerce is in the process of configuring Alexa delivery notifications as part of their shopping cart solution, minimizing the work needed to extend your shopper's experience into this new channel. Tip number 6 of 10, monetize mobile. While voice adds a wow factor to your shoppers' experiences, mobile shopping accounts for a majority of online sales, making mobile marketing and optimization a must for the holidays. Mobile is a relevant way to share timely news, offers, and password resets, but be upfront about the value of opting into a mobile program. Setting clear expectations with your customers. Mobile-only offers through push notifications can be a great way to provide another exclusive, timely offer or flash sale with an invite to swipe or for an in-app message with details. Optimizing your mobile checkout can be a key multiplier during the high season. A small change like making guest checkout the most prominent option at account selection can have a big impact on your conversion rate when you have new customers on your site. In our new mobile optimization research report from the Baymard Institute, we lay out 10 tips to retain mobile shoppers during the checkout process. Number 7 of 10, optimize checkout across your connected commerce experience. Don't put all your eggs in the mobile basket. During the holidays, when traffic is at its peak, every optimization can be a multiplier for your end-of-year sales because shoppers don't want to wait. We've also done further research on ways to eliminate friction and keep shoppers from leaving your site when they're seconds away from checking out. Here are a few ways you can optimize your checkout today. 1. Show the total cost of the order before asking for payment. 21% of customers abandon orders because they are not able to see the total order cost upfront before initiating checkout. 2, make private info optional. 35% of shoppers abandon checkout if their date of birth is required, and another 15% will abandon if asked for their phone number. Finally, simplify the checkout form. The average checkout contains 15 fields that a customer is required to complete, twice as many as you actually need to fulfill the order. For more optimizations, check out the Insights section on pay.amazon.com. Number 8 of 10, build trust. Getting qualified customers to click through and discover the products on your site is step 1. But building trust on your site to convert customers is just as important. Customers are more loyal to companies that have strong security controls. 19% of shoppers have abandoned at least one checkout because they didn't trust the site with their credit card information. One way to alleviate anxiety around the security of your site at checkout is to simply add background colors, encapsulating the form fields, and adding trust seals or security certificates to help reduce shopper anxiety over providing their credit card information. You can also add an established alternative payment method such as Amazon Pay to help your customers feel confident and safe making their purchases, leading to potentially higher conversions during the peak shopping season. Tip number 9 of 10, protect your customers and your business. The balance between real fraud and false declines can be a challenge, especially during the holidays where actions considered more suspicious are commonplace, like ordering from one address and shipping to another address, or ordering multiples of the same item and a rush shipping request. Consider limiting the number of chances customers get to reconfirm purchases during the peak season. This can help prevent fraudsters from testing stolen credit cards, restricting the number of times they can enter incorrect payment data before they're locked out of your checkout system. Mitigate your risk and spend less time on bad actors by activating alternative payments and shopping cart solutions that have built-in fraud protection. Then you don't have to prioritize sales growth and customer acquisition at the expense of fraud protection. Commerce solutions like BigCommerce can keep your site secure with top-of-the-line DDoS protection, fraud alerts, and PCI compliance. Tip number 10 of 10, stay top of mind. Implement your re-engagement plan before the holidays arrive. One potential missed opportunity is how you choose to capitalize on the surge of cyber weekend traffic once the aftermath of abandoned carts starts to sink in. Even with world-class optimizations, you're going to experience some cart abandonment during peak season. To bring shoppers back to your site, create automated triggers and journeys. To automate triggers that bring shoppers back, you need to understand your behavioral analytics, from browsing and abandonment to inventory and post-purchase journeys. Based on historical data, map out a communications cadence for reconnecting with shoppers who abandon your site while searching, browsing, or adding items to their cart. Build these communications into a set of templates for a fresh approach to reminding customers you are still here. Based on what's worked in the past, it could be a thoughtfully placed retargeting ad, a more personalized touch highlighting products they viewed via email, an SMS reminder to finish where they left off, or all of the above. I'm going to hand it off to Corinne now from BigCommerce to talk about our bonus tip.
Thanks, Leah. Well, first things first, I do want to thank Leah, Ashley, and the Amazon Pay team for letting me pop in on this webinar. I'm really excited to present today's bonus tip, which is to think about the last mile adjustments that you can make to delight customers. During the holiday season, some brands stop studying buyer behavior right after the customer converts, which is actually a mistake. They think that, they've given you the money, so that's the end of the transaction. But we all know that it's less expensive to attract a returning customer than it is to acquire a brand new customer. Plus, customers during the holiday seasons have really high expectations. So brands need to step outside of the box and think about what parts of the buyer journey they can improvise and iterate on to make a customer a repeat buyer when the holiday season ends. And that's why we need to focus more on put our focus more towards the post-purchase behavior. I see a lot of brands doing this by adding a personalized gift message, a coupon code, or a clever unboxing idea like customized packaging or something that's more on brand, which is really helpful because it'll make the customer smile when they've received their item. And sometimes they'll even take to social media to share with their friends and tag your brand, which really works like free advertising as well. And before we wrap up this webinar and open it up to questions, I do want to take the opportunity to spotlight a few BigCommerce and Amazon Pay merchants that I'm particularly excited about. While there are thousands of BigCommerce merchants who use Amazon Pay as one of their checkout options, there are a few that are particularly interesting. One of them being Crossrope, which is the leftmost example. It's a high-performing version of our childhood nostalgic favorite toy, the jump rope. And what's interesting to discover is that during a workout in an hour, you can burn up to 1,000 calories when you're jumping for an hour. And then Leah already mentioned Passion Planner. They're towards the bottom there. They're a newer BigCommerce store, and we actually have the opportunity to go out and visit their warehouse and headquarters. They're a great group of people. They have a really great mission, and I also use my Passion Planner often to help me plan my personal and professional goals. And one last note on this, if you have a store that you want to recommend Amazon Pay to, it's super simple. You just need to send an email to askamazonpay@amazon.com.
Thanks, Corinne. Great recommendations, and love the customer obsession that's at the center of your bonus tip. Yet another thing that Amazon Pay and BigCommerce have in common. So let's recap. One of the key takeaways from our discussion today is that there are many opportunities to take advantage of the holiday traffic and make your business stand out. Naturally, it all starts from the customer, understanding your customer's unique pain points and centering every decision around how you can help them. But there are also a lot of smaller steps you can take to ensure you don't get lost in the mad rush of the weeks ahead. Make it as easy as possible for customers to discover, pay for, and track shipping on their purchases, especially when it comes to mobile. Make them feel confident that you're providing them with a safe, trustworthy experience from start to finish. And of course, find ways to delight them this holiday season, whether it's through new technologies like voice or by offering special gifts and deals to make the season even more wonderful for your customers. Before we go, we have a holiday gift of sorts for you. Here at Amazon Pay, we want to empower you to have the best holiday season ever. So we've assembled our small business startup kit that will help your small business make a big impact. In the kit, you'll find a collection of ebooks, infographics, tip sheets, research reports, as well as an exhaustive glossary of e-commerce technology. We're confident you'll find these tools, tips, and business principles helpful to grow your business, not just this holiday season, but all year round. Now, if you're already a fan, we'd love it if you could visit G2 Crowd and let us know how we're doing. If you think Amazon Pay might be good for your business, check out our reviews on G2 Crowd. Recently, Amazon Pay was recognized by G2 Crowd as a leader in the payments industry for the fourth quarter in a row. And for those who don't know, G2 Crowd is an independent review site that aggregates software and services to help businesses make smarter decisions about the technology solutions they choose. Thank you so much for joining us today, and be sure to join us next month for a new 10 and 20 webinar on connected commerce. I'll hand it over to Ashley.
Thanks, Corinne and Leah. We do have a couple great questions from the audience. So although we're not able to answer all of the questions that we've received, we'll follow up with you to help answer any of the questions that you might have. But I'll go ahead and kick off our Q&A. The first question is actually for Leah. So are social influencers something that we should prioritize for the holiday campaigns?
We think that that's a great suggestion, great idea, whoever asked the question. A couple things on this. First of all, if you think back to our tip about inspiration, people are typically inspired by other people on social media, so that's really the role of the influencer. One really interesting tip that we actually got from one of our customers is the concept of going after micro-influencers. So there are these very famous influencers who have millions of Twitter followers and so forth, but there's a set of what we call micro-influencers who are deeply engaged with niche audiences. This can be a lot more cost effective. You can also discover interesting new segments of opportunity inside with your customers and still get great ROI, again, because you're going after a smaller set, but you often will get better results.
Great. Thank you, Leah. We've got the next one. This one I'll direct to you, Corinne. Here we go. What can my small business do to be more sustainable with packaging this holiday season?
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Sustainability is something that's actually really important during the holiday seasons, especially as we go into millennials and Gen Z coming into purchasing power and being a little bit more aware about the decisions that they're making online and offline when it comes to sustainability. If you're an e-commerce store that wants to be a little bit more sustainable with your packaging during the holiday season, I'd recommend two things. One, take a look at your return policy. If you're offering free returns on everything, make sure that you're using sustainable materials that customers can reuse when they mail the products back to you, or use BOPIS, or buy online, pick up in store, allow customers to return their items in a brick and mortar store, which is a double-edged sword, which is good because they can actually return their items, and also gives an associate or your store an opportunity to win that customer back or have any last mile conversion happen there. And then also, I'd say depending on the industry that you're in, you may not need 1 or 2 day delivery. Fashion shoppers love to get their items as soon as possible, but with furniture or household items, they're usually purchased by shoppers that are a little bit more comfortable waiting for a little longer for delivery, which will help reduce your carbon footprint with ground shipping and airplane aviation costs. So those are just 2 small recommendations for me. I could also go into about how you can take a look at the products that you're selling and make sure that they last for a while, but that's outside of the shipping realm or in the packaging realm. So I'll leave it to that.
That's great. Thank you, Corinne. All right, we got a couple more. This one I'll direct to you, Leah. What are a few examples of how to surprise and delight customers?
Thanks, Ashley. So one of the ideas that I was kind of puzzled by in the presentation was about the $35 candle. So that definitely is one thing that can work, but I would urge you to expand your possibilities beyond the candle. But moving on, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to say something about that. So moving on. The other idea was recommendation that we have is really to explore integrating Alexa delivery notifications. This is a really new thing. Many small businesses have the perception perhaps that you don't have the resources or the capability, and that having an Alexa capability is something for big companies, and that's actually not true. And so there's a great opportunity working through BigCommerce to enable Alexa delivery notifications this holiday season. So if you want to learn more about this, you can visit pay.amazon.com, go to our insight section. We've got a couple of blog posts on the topic, or you can follow up with Corinne after the webinar.
Great, thank you, Leah. And I'll finish it up with this last question, which we've actually gotten in the chat box a lot. So Corinne, I'll let you answer this one. As a BigCommerce merchant, how can I integrate Amazon Pay into my checkout solution?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a good question. Ashley, thanks for punting it over to me. The good thing is that it's really easy and it takes just a few minutes. It's a little hard to explain over the phone, but you'll need to have the optimized one-page checkout on BigCommerce, and you also need to have an Amazon Payments merchant account. But from there, it's really simple. You'll just navigate to your store setup panel, then to Payments, and then click Setup next to the Amazon Pay banner. From there, you'll be walked through the steps to connect your Amazon Seller Central account to your BigCommerce store. I will say that we also have a really good dedicated article within our support center that outlines this process step by step. So I would certainly recommend that you navigate there to see all the visuals and have you get walked through it. But it is, again, very, very simple for merchants, and it takes just a few minutes.
Great. Thank you, Corinne. I want to thank you both, Corinne and Leah, for speaking today. I want to let everybody know for joining. Thank you for joining. We will also be sending up a follow-up email with the recording and link to a couple of the different assets mentioned in here. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you for next month.